Okay, the last child was with Jenny, Jenny Nixon, and she was married to a Cavender. And I'm trying to think of how I found Jenny's uh, descendants. I can't remember. Can't remember. But I do know that we found them, and one was living in the Bay Area, and the other one was living down in Southern California. Her name was Rhea Howell. And I sent Richard down to Los Angeles, or he had to go on business or something, and he got a hold of Rhea. And she, yes, we had the right family and all. And she had uh, uh, dishes, very nice dishes that came from the store of William A. Nixon in Minnesota. I mean, we're talking about nice vases and glassware and this type of thing. And she actually inherited that from her family. And so then she eventually moves to Coarse Gold, California. Have you ever heard of Coarse Gold? Coarse Gold,
No.
California is just outside the Yosemite boundaries. And so Richard and I decided that we'd go down and see her and interview her. And she had all kinds of information because uh, Jenny only had one daughter. Her name was Jessie. And she comes down through Jessie. And so most of the information she just had inherited that had been Jenny's. And so we had newspaper articles, we had all kinds of pictures and on and got a lot of information about the descendant of Jenny, who was married to a Cavender. This Rhea's father was a Gribble, and his name was Ernest Gribble. And remember, I told you that Ella came out to Seattle and was married to this Hershmer Johnston. Well, it kind of makes sense that she probably came out, and because her sister was there, Jenny. Jenny's husband, Cavender, was worked on the railroad, the Northern Railroad that came from the Minnesota area all across the northern part of the United States to Seattle. And so that's how they ended up in the Seattle area. But this Ernest Gribble was, he had a very responsible position as the port director of the Tacoma port, the boats that came in and out, this type of thing. And I've got that all written down in the history. We just talked about Jenny, who was the last daughter of William Abraham Nixon, and how she married Charles Cavender, and how they ended up in the Tacoma area in the Washington area.